is up, guys? It is just Lou this week. It is the happy hour. It is 5:30 p.m. Eastern time. Hope you guys are having a great Friday into what I think is a really fun afternoon of fights tomorrow. If you haven't already, please hit the like button. Please subscribe to the MMA channel. So I want to address two quick things before I start the show. One that Monk knows and one that Monk does not. So number one, Monk has changed his work schedule. So he is no longer available at this slot. So the show will be moving with Monk and I on to Thursday nights, but I am going to also keep this time slot as well because I like the Friday slot. I love rapping with you guys. This is only my second beer of the day too, so this is a little different for me. But I will be keeping this slot too, kind of go over best bets, questions, same game parlays, all that shit. So that's that. Here's the other thing, and this is important. So if you guys know, I do like a ton of shows a week. I help a lot of people out. Like I never want credit. I'm just saying I'm busy and I'm doing a lot of stuff. So the pay-per-view is in 2 weeks, and after that card, I will be taking an indefinite hiatus. I don't know how long I'll be gone. I'm going to travel a little bit. I'm going to go just get away from this stuff for a little bit. I think I've been going pretty hard since I started 16 months ago, and I'm just going to take a well-deserved break. So Couch Warrior Mike will take over the prop show for me on a week-to-week basis. I already lined him up with some guests. And then, Monk will manage and he will do stuff. And I'm still going to be writing his jokes. So it's still going to be a fun show. It just won't be me telling the jokes for a few weeks. So I don't know how long I'll be gone, but at some point I'll be back. So just want to get that out of the way for like the few people that care. Anyway, you're not here for any of that crap. You're here for quick breakdowns. So I'm going to do that real quick. Y'all have questions in the chat, hit me up. We'll talk about some same games. I haven't built any yet this week, but I will at some point. But fight number one, Cody Brundage versus Cedric Dumas. I'm very biased. I'm friends with Cody Brundage. It's my dude. So I like Brundage here. I got him early in the week at minus 115. That was in the distance as minus 115. I still think it's all right. I don't think highly of Dumas. It's not just because of the friend loss. I think Brundage will get him down in the first minute of this fight. I know Dumas has a reach advantage, but I think Brundage, that doesn't really matter. So like he got Lord Mikhail down like pretty quick anyway. He doesn't care about that. He'll go for a takedown. He'll be proactive. If he gets on top, I don't see Dumas getting up. I think he's pretty strong. And I do think Brundage pounds him out round one KO. In the distance is good here. I have the under 1.5 parlayed with the peak under 1.5 for like an absolute shit ton of money. That's like my favorite 2-leg parlay of this card. But yeah, it's Brundage for me. And yeah, that's all there is to it. Jamal Emmers and Jack Jenkins. So I don't have a bet on this fight yet. I was debating the Jack Jenkins plus 3.5. I do think he probably wins the first round in a decent clip if he gets the leg kicks going. I do think he can compromise Emmers early. But I think as this fight goes on, Emmers can take over, get some grappling going, win some minutes on the ground. And so Emmers probably wins at 29-28 here, but I think the line's wide. And in this economy, I don't want Emmers at minus 200 or, worse against anybody. So give me Jack Jenkins plus 3.5 here as the pick. I don't know that I'll bet it. I may just want to completely fade this fight, but it's certainly a possibility. Here we go. Trevor Peek against Chepe Mariscal. Peek round one KO is probably the bet here. The peak in the distance is plus 110. I think don't even get greedy because the round one KO is like plus 200. So I wouldn't even get greedy with any of this crap. I'll just take him to win in the distance or KO. You're getting like 5 extra points for the KO. Just take him in the distance in case he pulls out like a flying toe hold or some shit. But Mariscal is coming up in weight. It's on short notice. He's fought really good dudes. I'll say that. His strength of schedule is pretty good. But Peek, they're building him up. There's some narrative here that Peek's just going to tomahawk this dude's head off. And Mariscal's been tagged a lot. So if Mariscal gets a takedown, and you have the Peek in the distance, at least Peek, he seems to have the raisin balls. Peek, if he gets taken down in the first round, I think he just starts the second round. He may not need to land more than 2 shots to put Mariscal away. So give me peek here. He's probably, I don't know what to do in DraftKings with him though, because he's probably going to be super high owned. I think you need a little bit of Mariscal in case he does get takedowns. He's, he might be worth it, but he's definitely a good pivot play. Internet darling Master Z against Joshua Van. One of my favorite props I gave out on Lambeau Show, which I just did like 15, 20 minutes ago. I like the Zalgas late submission here. The round 2, round 3 sub is plus 2,800. I know he only has 1 sub in his record, but that sub was the last time he won inside the distance. Van coming in on short notice. He's young. I don't think he's ready for this level yet. I think Van, if his winning condition's probably the first 5 minutes, but as this fight goes on, I think Van's going to tire. I think he's going to have an adrenaline dump. He's also pretty durable, like in terms of his chin. Zalgas can get the wrestling going here and eventually tire him out and wrap up a sub in the last 2 rounds. So I like the plus 1,800. I have a bet on the fight doesn't go the distance at plus 120. I know it's not a typical thing for a Zalgas fight, but Van's never been to a decision. He's never won a decision. And Gulov probably just needs to take the judges out of the equation. So fight doesn't go the distance is my preferred play, but I like the Gulov late sub props. All right. The battle of Clint and company versus John Kelly and company. Tabitha Ricci against Jillian Robertson. I don't have a bet on this fight. My lean is Ricci. I do think that she's going to win all the minutes on the feet, if it is on the feet. And I do think she can get top control and at least win a lot of minutes that way. If Jillian gets top control, she's got most of the finish equity here. But the pick is Ricci. I would say I'm going to wait and see what the number does by the time the fight goes off. I think if there's some buyback on Robertson and I can get Ricci at like even money, I'm interested. But if Robertson gets to like plus 160, probably going to be interested here. And, I love this shit. 4 Jillian, 6 finishes or around 2 submission. And the Cachoeira one, Cachoeira almost survived. There wasn't much time in that first round. And had she survived, we'd be looking at 5 out of 6 finishes here. So it's a good look. The pick is Ricci. I have no bet on this fight. I'm not going to get involved. And I think whoever wins probably looks like a massive favorite. That's the crazy part here. Robertson's path makes her look like an absolute monster favorite. Another fight I don't give a shit about. Mateusz Rebecki against Loic Radzhabov. I don't like the way Loic looked on the scales today. I think we're getting a decent price on Rebecki because he didn't put away Fiore. He did slow down after 1, but again, it was his debut, and he was going for a finish. He didn't conserve his cardio, and he still looked like the better guy, and he won all 3 rounds. So I think Rebecki hits harder. I think the grappling's probably competitive and close, but I just didn't like what I saw from Loic today at all. I know it's only 1.5 pounds, but I just didn't like what I saw. I don't usually read too much into that, but I think Rebecki looked good. He's the pick. There's no, yeah, I'm just going to put this up here too. Everybody loves the Iron Sheik right now. Fuck the Loic. The raisin balls like the Virgil. So yeah, that's the pick, but I'm not getting involved. And this is a good yam bag fight. Southpaw versus Orthodox. They both kind of middling. Their cardio is questionable. This is a good yam bag shot, but I'm not even confident about that. Randy Brown against Wellington Turman. One of my favorite bets on the card is the under 2.5. I parlayed it with something juicy. I think I parlayed it with like the Taporia fight not starting the 5th just to get like a plus number on. I think I got plus 107 for that 2-legger. I think Turman's got equity here getting a submission. I think, we'll see what he looks like, but he's going to be pretty strong at 170 here, I think. But I'm also worried, it could affect his chin. Let me just start this one. I'll put that up as soon as I'm done brutality. I think Turman has takedown equity. I think he has submission equity. I don't think he knocks out Brown, but I definitely think his submission's live. And on the Brown side, if Turman can't get inside, Brown's just going to pick him apart. And he's going to knock him out. This is a step down for Brown, but I think Turman at 170 is probably a good move because I don't think he was undersized at 185, but he's going to be an absolute tank at 170 here. And I don't think Randy Brown's like the strongest fighter physically. He's just really good technique. He's difficult. He's awkward to fight. He throws up some unique submission attempts. So fight to end in subs, an interesting look at plus 250. But I love the Turman side here from his submission prop equity, but the under is what I hammered. And this is an interesting look. Now, I don't know if, oh, that's right, they are. They're starting to finally put in like the takedowns for some of the undercard ones. Yeah, I mean, Turman would be an idiot not to go for a takedown here. And Turman doesn't throw a lot of ground strikes. He's just hunting subs. Like, he may not have any significant strikes. I think that's a really interesting look because I don't, unless Turman gets a takedown and a sub in like a minute, I don't see how Brown doesn't completely outstrike him. All you have to worry about is that Turman gets a takedown before he gets knocked out. And I think that's pretty likely here. So I like that. That's a great look, I think. It's a very, very, very good look there. Good luck to you too, Mr. Eagles, my boy. All right, we're flying through this card. I did tell you it'd be quick and dirty. Neil Magni and Phil Rowe. Man, I know a lot of people are on Magni this week. It seems like the whole internet is on Neil Magni, but I don't know, man. This is a trap line. It's starting to come back down. It got as high as 175 on DK. Now it's down to 165. I don't know, man. If Magni, if the durability is starting to go, I think Rowe can crack. The reach advantage, they're both 80 inches, but Rowe's just a way crisper striker. Doesn't throw looping shots. He's right down the pipe. I think he's going to be able to hurt Magni. But Rowe can't stop takedowns, and Magni not only is good at getting you against the cage and getting you down, he's got really good trips too, which I think Rowe is going to struggle with. I would look here at a live bet on Rowe maybe, because I think Rowe just loses first rounds a lot. He gets taken down, he gets controlled, and that's that. I might look at a live bet if he's plus 350. But I kind of like the Rowe KO prop as a Rowe 2, Rowe 3, 10-1 as a little small play. But I just feel like Magni's kind of a trap here. I'm just not interested in getting involved, even at the minus 160, the 165 here. But yeah, Rowe, here we go. If you like Rowe, I know he said one total knockdown. So Rowe money line, one knockdown. I mean, in all fairness, I don't think Rowe really has much decision equity here. I think for him to win, I don't know that he wins a volume-based decision. I think he would get Magni out of there. So I kind of like that look a lot. Easy, what do you got for your Easy? What's your same game play? Drop that in the chat, sir, and we'll take a look at that once I cover this next fight. Man, we are flying. Brendan Allen against Bruno Silva. I like Allen quite a bit here. I'm not big on Bruno Silva, even in you look at some of his impressive finishes. He struggled with Turman until he got the knockout shot. He really struggled with Sanchez until he got him in the third round. Jordan Wright gave him some scary moments. Jordan Wright stinks. And Brendan Allen, despite his fight IQ kind of being a little suspect at times, he's the younger guy. He's still improving. He's the way better fighter on the whole here. He's way more well-rounded than Silva. For any kind of same game parlays, you want to play something along with Allen takedowns here, maybe one in the first round, and then an under, or then his money line. And at least you'll get a nice little number on doing that. I don't have any confidence in Silva here. So give me Brendan Allen as the pick. I think the late sub's possible, but I actually think Silva kind of gets through the first two rounds, hangs on. Allen probably wins the decision and disappoints everybody who took the under here. But Allen's the pick, and I think he's a very strong parlay piece this week as well. Here we go. Let's see what my guy Jared's got. One round takedown, Allen money line. He doesn't have great fight IQ, but this is the kind of fight where I think he didn't go for takedowns against Curtis. We've seen him in the past against guys who have like some serious power and him not do it, but I got to think that he's got to want to do this. I mean, he's going for takedowns against Muniz, which is so weird. And he's getting pieced up on the feet a little bit. So I don't know. I'd be smart of him to immediately go for a takedown here. But I agree. He's not the easiest guy to trust. David Onama and Gabriel Santos. I fucking love the Santos side this week so much. It's not even just about the Lerone Murphy fight. I think Santos's LFA tape is really good. The guy's got lethal strikes. His grappling's good. Yeah, Allen doesn't win without a TD. I agree, mentality. He has to get the grappling going. He's not going to win a 15-minute striking affair. He'd be crazy to do. If he does, I mean, okay, but I take my chances that he definitely gets the grappling going. I don't love Onama, and there's a couple of reasons. So I don't understand the move to Factory X. I feel like it's not a good camp for him. Like Factory X is a camp where you go to work on your striking. Onama's striking's like not really what he needs. It's going to help with his cardio because he's at elevation, but his grappling is the problem. The guy can't get off his back, and Santos is not the guy you want on top. The other thing I don't like about Onama is he's very hittable. Armfield was hitting him, and that was a super short notice fight. And Armfield, I don't think is that good, but Armfield was landing a lot of shots until Onama got a takedown in the first. Mugli was landing everything on Onama. I think he hit like 100% of his punches. Landed everything he threw against Onama. But Mugli's, Benitez's durability is shit at this point, and Onama eventually just found a couple of shots and got him out of there. I didn't think it was a super impressive win. I mean, the Mason Jones fight he took on short notice, I just think that was like his best performance, and against Mason Jones. But against Landwehr, he had a pretty good first round, and then he fell apart. He's a good hammer. He's a bad nail. I think the Santos round 2, round 3 KO at plus 950 on FanDuel is a really good look. His last 2 wins, he won by KO. He loves ground and pound. He also, when he hurts an opponent on the feet, like in one of his LFA fights, he got a liver kick, a nasty liver kick he landed. And instead of just running down for a sub, he mounted him and just started raining down punches, and that was that. So I think Santos will be hunting for a KO here. If you just want to play round 2, round 3, or in the distance, that's fine too. I think he's a great parlay piece. If you like the Onama side, you got to play him. I think you play him early here. I don't know that Onama has a lot of decision equity, but Santos could win by finish. Santos could win in a decision here. And I think Santos's cardio looked decent against Lerone Murphy, even though he was like the third round. You could tell it was starting to get to him. But Justin Taffa, Austin Lane. I Taffa round 1 KO. I don't want to talk about this fight. This is an absolutely stupid fight. Well, look at Austin Lane's stupid face. We just talked about this on Lambeau. Like, Taffa's takedown defense is really untested. If Lane gets a takedown and you have a Taffa ticket, you're going to hate your life. Under 1.5 is minus 210, which is just a bonkers price, even though it's at heavyweight. So I don't really want anything to do with this one. It's pretty low level. I mean, like Harry Hunsucker's like, this is a low level fight. So Hebos and Macy Barber. I have a play on Barber plus 3.5. I believe it was minus 175 when I got it. She wins rounds, like round 3s at a very, very, very high clip in her career. I think she's going to be the stronger fighter here. I don't think Ribas is going to be able just to take her down and ragdoll her and keep control. Chukagian was getting up, and Chukagian has like no ground game. And I know Andrea Lee is not some D1 Lee or anything, but Barber was active on the ground the whole time, throwing punches, looking to get up, looking to reverse. And I think she'll be able to get up, and Ribas won't land a lot of damage. But I don't trust Barber. I just like the plus 170, or the minus 175 here. Way better than I would like a Hebos money line. I think you just need Barber to win 1 round. I think this goes a distance at a super, super high clip. So Macy Barber for me to cover. And then it's Macy Barber. Bet the goddamn split decision. And to answer your question, Sean, I don't know how Barber has won a lot of these fights, but I guess the optics are good for the judges. They're fights that I thought she lost against Lee. I thought she lost against Maverick. I went back and watched them. I still think she lost to Maverick, and I don't think it was really that close. The Lee one, it comes down to the first round. Do you think she did enough at the end of the round to steal it? And but it was competitive. And I think that Hebos will be better on the ground, obviously, than Lee, but I don't know if Hebos is going to be able to just absolutely. I think she can get takedowns. I don't know if she's going to be able to keep her. So Pink saying that Rebus moves too quick for Barber striking. Yeah, I mean, this is more like I'm just sick and tired of betting against Macy Barber, man. She pulls the shit out of nowhere. Yeah, the Barber round 3. It's going to hit one day. 60% of the time, it works every time. All right, so what we got from easy here? So we got Magni to win, most significant strikes. Okay. Tie for knockdowns. He's assuming nobody gets knocked down. That's fine. 2+ total takedowns. I think that's in Magni's win condition. And then peak and, well, fight ending. So it's peak, KO, which I think is plus 125. Yeah, that's certainly good luck. And I feel like everything in this same game is Magni's, the way he would win that fight. It's the script for his win. So I like that a lot. But we are 21 minutes in and we were at the main event. This is my kind of show, guys. So we were going to get to the main event. If you haven't already, please hit the like button, all that crap that we say. And at 7 o'clock, Brady's going live with his best bets. So on his channel. So please go tune in. Go support Brady. He's the fucking guy. Josh Emmett and Ilia Topuria. I mean, it's hard for me to want to ever play Emmett here. As wide as this line looks, as wide as even Topuria's in the distance prop looks. He's 38. He's coming off. He finally got a title shot and he got absolutely massacred. And now he's facing a guy who, I don't know if I want to say he's better than Yair. I think that would be a really good fight. Yair against Ilia would be super fun fight. Ilia's younger. He's not taking as much damage in his career as Rodriguez. And I think he's faster. I don't know if he's more creative in his offense. Yair throws some really weird kicks from strange places you don't expect. I think Topuria is more standard, but I think Topuria's takedowns here are the big story. I think he's going to get Emmett down. I have a bet on the happy half hour. I have a bet on this fight starting round 2, and I'm going to be fucking shitting my pants for the first 5 minutes. But I do think there's a feeling out process here. Topuria's going to have to minus P's and Q's on the feet. I know it was up a weight class against Jai Herbert, but he did get rocked, man. And he came back and he survived. But Emmett's kind of dude. Emmett had so many knockdowns in a row that he's very live to get a knockdown. And Topuria's also got to be careful on his entries. Emmett doesn't throw a ton of kicks, but Topuria just can't shoot from 7 feet away and hope to get a takedown. He's going to have to get in the range. He's going to have to avoid some shots by Emmett to get a takedown. I do think there's going to be a few minutes of a feeling out process. I have a plan that Topuria round 2 sub at 10-1 on FanDuel. I kind of like that. But I think Topuria eventually gets a sub. Oh yeah, you're going to be fucking. It's going to be very, very bad. He recovered, and again, and that was at 155. So that was him fighting up a weight class. So I think his chins looked pretty good at 145. Not that it's been super tested, but this is where he should be at 145. So, but the pick is Topuria. I prefer the sub prop. You can't bet a money line here. You can't even bet him in the distance. It's minus 250. I don't think it's worth it. If you're going to bet him, you could do something like Topuria and under 2.5. You're probably all right. But fight starts round 2 is minus 160. And I don't think that's a bad look here. And that is all I got. So no Monk. I have nobody to tell jokes to. It stinks. But we will figure out what we're doing with the show next week. We may be doing it Thursday nights. That's what it looks like. But we will let you guys know on the Twitter machine. And I wish all of you the best of luck this weekend. Go kill your bets. And let's fucking go Cody Brundage, brother. Let's get my brother a win here. Take care, guys. Goodbye.